Hey guys, hope you're doing well. So I got a package in for the Fusion, and like the headlights, this is something I knew I wanted even before I had the car. So this is definitely a route that I wanted to go, and I don't know if you can kind of gauge the excitement just off of that. But let's just go ahead and get into it. So here's the car, and the actually pretty large package, but thankfully it's pretty light. Also, casual little plug, thank you Safety Restore for the seatbelts. And if you haven't checked out the Starliner install video, go ahead and check that out. The link is in the top right corner. Alright. So I don't know if you guys could tell, but I did remove the 3-piece splitter that was on the car, and now it's time for an upgrade. So this specific piece, again, I wanted since before I even had the car, and I remember finding a few Fusions for sale that had this specific piece, and it just kind of made me go on this really big rabbit hole on the piece itself. And now it's finally here, so let's just go ahead and get into it. So this is a lip from 3D Carbon, and this one is also a gift from Yvette. So Yvette, thank you so much, I love you. But these are basically being made to order, so it did take a little bit to get here. But nonetheless, it's finally here. Here's your piece. And it seems to be a lot more malleable than I initially thought. I thought it was like a hard piece, but I mean, if it's gonna be scraping the ground and whatever, this is actually pretty comforting in a sense. Again, this comes from 3D Carbon. You have a little stamp. But yeah, I'd say the main thing is I've never seen them not installed on a car and just like the piece itself. Honestly, quickly getting more and more comforting because I know that like this material, if I were to like bottom out or whatever, it's pretty forgiving. So again, not really what I expected, but I like it. And this is directly from 3D Carbon. I do want to give a shout out to Troy at CD3 Performance because he was the guy that hooked it all up. Troy, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. Very excited to get this installed. Very curious as to the install process, but I do have a little breakdown right here. But more just kind of doing it in application is what I'm curious. But if you guys have anything you need for your Fusion, whether it be performance, exhaust, suspension, aero kits, any other thing regarding Fusions, CD3 Performance has it. They have basically everything you can want for a Fusion, and Troy is such a really nice guy. He went out of his way to give me all sorts of updates on this part because again, these are made to order. Yeah, Troy, appreciate it. CD3 Performance is the place to go. Let him know that I sent you if you're gonna go get anything, and I will definitely be doing a lot more purchases on there here soon. So here's a little bit of a closer look at the underside. Comes with this little installation guide. There's a double-sided tape that goes along the lines right here, I believe. Some little clips, screws, and bumper tabs. And I mean, I kind of want to test fit it just to kind of see how it's gonna look. So this upper section right here, I'm planning on getting that color matched. And this piece down here, probably gonna end up wrapping that piece just so I don't have to have my body guy do any specific other things when it comes to painting, and it'll actually be an extra layer of protection because this is probably gonna deal with the most rock chips and whatnot. Personally, I would go as far as calling this piece a bumper extension because most lips and splitters usually just kind of stick to one side of the bumper and they're usually pretty flat. This one curves a lot to the bumper itself and kind of clamps on more like that. So let me get this mocked up for you guys just so I can kind of better explain my point. So I got it on. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about over here because the bottom of the bumper is about down here, but this piece specifically grabs all the way up here and kind of caresses the fog light housing as well as this piece right here around the lower grille. So it grabs on, and then as I was showing you earlier, the bottom side, it tucks underneath and gets a good grip on the whole piece. It actually conforms to the bumper itself really well. Really nothing holding it in place other than just something holding it up. Probably do just need to do something right here, just kind of like flex it back in position. But that really seems to be the only place of note. Other than that, it seems to be all pretty solid. So yeah, just kind of cups into position. Hey guys, just wanted to throw this little clip in here. So I talked to Chris. He used to have this piece on his old car, and he gave me a little bit of a rundown on it, that because it is so malleable, it can get a little disconformed in shipping, but it's really no biggie because all you need to do is once you have the piece, position it how it's going to sit on the car using weights, paint cans, something to just kind of secure it in position. So I was able to do that. As you can see, the flare got fixed and it's in position how it's going to be on the car, so no warping or anything. And all you need to do is leave it like that for a day or two, however long you feel you need, and it should be all good to go. So just wanted to let you guys know. Main thing being that I do have to take this thing to paint, so we'll see how it goes though. To my understanding, there's an adhesive glue that you kind of put on the backing of the actual piece. You use some of the double-sided tape to kind of go along the edges to keep everything propped in position. There's the 2 little screws at the bottom, and then I think you drill holes possibly. So there is a good amount of stuff that you do have to do to it, but all that just means an added security. Super good bonding on the bumper itself. For the material that it is, I can now understand how people would lower their cars with this specific piece on. Because it seems like every car that I had seen with that piece on was bagged, and I could never really put together how you would have a piece like that on a bagged car. Now I can, and honestly, I'm actually pretty excited. I like it. I think it's an actual really good option because a lot of splitters and lips nowadays are pretty brittle. You might see people like hitting them or basically trying to show like the strength test, but those are usually just one direction, never the front. And the front is where it's gonna take all the damage. But as you can see here, it's pretty solid of a piece, so I'm really not having any worries or concerns. And I think color match to the car will look really, really nice. But again, Troy at CD3 Performance, thank you again so much. If you've ever seen the Fusion Flood cinematic videos on YouTube, that's his channel, CD3 Performance. Make sure to go check it out. And if you're looking for anything Fusion related you want to buy, check out his website. He has a ton of stuff and they're all really, really good pricing. This was actually something that I found the best deal on through him. But yeah, I'm really, really excited to get this piece installed and ready to go. I will be reading these directions meticulously, but nonetheless, first order of business is going to be to send it off to paint. This is what it's going to be looking like. Kind of just pictured this white and, you know, color match the car. And yeah, but it definitely gives a lot more of an aggressive factor to the front. And I'm really excited about it. Again, this is something that I've been wanting to do since before I had the Fusion. So seeing all these pieces come together is really, really exciting. It's looking pretty good. I think we've addressed enough of the rear end and the interior. Time to get back to the front end. So here we go. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I don't have an exact timetable on the complete install of this specific piece because I do kind of have to wait on paint. I'm gonna have to get in line for all that stuff. I wait till my paint guy says he can do us a project. I'll keep you guys updated as best as I can, and I will definitely try to get that in hopefully within the next few days, and we'll see how it goes from there. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.